I call this meeting to order. All right, first thing, board members, we have the approval of the agenda. We do have a change on the consent agenda. We've added 7.32, tag on bid purchase over $50,000 to Holbrook Manufacturing. With that, I need a motion for approval.
Move it.
Okay. All right, moved by Dr. White, seconded by Mr. Destin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. We have no recognitions tonight, nor administrative personnel appointments. Which moves us to 5, public comment. Agenda items, blue card, which we have a couple. I will pull these in the order they were submitted. All right, our first guest tonight is Ms. Kara Marion. If you would like to come forward. Yeah.
And Ms. Marion, you'll have 3 minutes to make your presentation.
Thank you for that. Good evening. Tonight I'd like to address something fundamental to representative government, the First Amendment. School board meetings exist so that citizens may address their elected officials on matters of public concern. While reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions are permitted, government may not restrict speech based on its viewpoint or because it is critical of government officials. The United States Supreme Court has repeatedly recognized the speech concerning government and public affairs, and it lies at the very core of the First Amendment protection. Unfortunately, my family's experience with this board has raised serious concerns about whether those principles are being honored. 3 members might remember this. It was not simply one speaker, it was me. It was my husband, it was my daughter, and it was my son. During our allotted public comment time, each of us had our microphones muted or our comments interrupted while attempting to address matters of public concern. Members of this very board are also prevented from us speaking about the conduct of sitting board members, even though elected officials are accountable to the citizens who elected them. Most recently at a May 11th meeting, when my husband attempted to discuss concerns involving district educators and board oversight, the chair repeatedly stated, "I won't let you talk about educators," until Mr. Destin directed her to allow my husband to speak. That's called a chilling effect on free speech, as noted time and again by the Supreme Court in cases such as Lamont versus the Postmaster General, Dombrowski versus Feister, NAACP versus Button, and various Florida case laws that address this exact thing. Additionally, speakers are instructed to direct our comments only to the chair, rather than addressing the board as the elected body responsible for governing the district. Respectfully, public comment is not intended to protect government officials from criticism. It exists so that citizens may petition their government, question the actions of their public officials, and hold their elected representatives accountable. Criticism of government is not disruption. It is called democracy. If citizens are prohibited from discussing elected officials, district employees, acting in their official capacity, or matters of legitimate public concern, then the purpose of public comment is fundamentally undermined. The answer to uncomfortable speech is not censorship. It's transparency, it's accountability, it's actually more speech. The First Amendment exists to protect unpopular speech, not popular speech. It exists to protect criticism of government, not praise of government. It respectfully asks, and of this board too, to ensure that no citizen, regardless of their viewpoint, has their microphone silenced or their comments curtailed simply because the message is uncomfortable. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Mr. Patrick Ryan. Mr. Ryan?
Hey, good evening. I'm Pat Ryan. My address is on the card. I'm a local citizen who's poured hundreds of thousands of my hard-earned dollars into illuminating for Opelousas citizens the need to improve accountability in our school district governance. I'm here to address Agenda Item 11, the attorney's business, specifically that relating to the events which began on July 14th of 2025, when the board approved retention of outside counsel to assist with what was termed employment law-related matters and the investigation that ensued. I submitted a records request which turned up no emails to the 4 non-chair board members with the original complaint or its specifics. Did those 4 board members ever receive the original complaint, and if so, how did they get a copy? Did everybody see the complaint? Okay. I will assume that everybody did. The original complaint contained 88 individual allegations of professional conduct violations. Does anyone here know if Professional Practices Services ever investigated the matter? No one knows. Okay.
When you say professional practice services, do you mean at the state level or
Yes.
local level?
Yeah, at the DOE.
The DOE informed the district when the response was sent back to the items they requested to be investigated that they were closing their file and referring over to that division. For what purpose, I don't know.
Right, the IG referred it to professional practices, but does anyone know if professional practices ever investigated anything?
I'm not aware of.
Okay. But the original complaint alleged 2 assistant principals committed lewd and lascivious exhibition in the presence of a child while on school grounds. Was the original complaint ever referred to the state attorney or Department of Children and Families? I'm going to take that as a no. Regarding that allegation, the only person the investigator interviewed was Mr. Chambers. The investigator did not interview either of the alleged perpetrators, even though they both still work in the school district. There was no attempt to interview anyone who worked at the school at the time or find the alleged victim. In fact, the report only states, quote, "Such an investigation would be an extraordinarily time-consuming fishing expedition." From 2016 to 2022, Mr. Chambers' fiancée, Tracy Lamb, received 3 promotions, but the investigation failed to look into whether the first or second promotion was influenced by their relationship. In fact, the second report dated March 11th of 2026 states, "Allegations of an extramarital affair were assumed as true solely for the purposes of this report, but such allegations were not investigated and or substantiated." So has anyone on this board ever considered calling for an investigation into whether Ms. Lamb's first 2 promotions were influenced by her relationship with Mr. Chambers? Okay, I'll take that as a no also.
Let me clarify one thing, Mr. Ryan. It is my understanding that allegation,
I think your time's up, Mr. McGinnis.
yes, it
Just
is.
kidding.
That allegation regarding those employees was referred to DCF.
You say that it was?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I did submit
I can say a call was made,
a telephone call.
which is, we call the hotline, yes.
Okay. Was there any record of that? Because my public records request should have turned up a record of that call being made.
Well, the identity of a caller to DCF by law is confidential, so that doesn't have to be disclosed.
Now, I understand that it doesn't have to be disclosed. What I'm saying is, did the school district ever make any record of the fact that this complaint was referred to DCF?
Individual callers may make that record and keep a badge number when they call into the hotline, but I'm not aware of the district itself. We can't require someone to tell us that they called DCF.
Okay, so I guess it's an official act of the district. Was it referred to DCF? I'm not quite sure how it was. Was it just a call to the hotline?
That's my understanding.
And do we know who made the call to the hotline?
Well, that would not be subject to disclosure.
Okay, so I guess what I'm asking is, it came up in a complaint to DOE, which obviously was referred down to y'all, and y'all investigated, I got that. And that allegation was in there. But was it anyone, did anybody, since the school board members all saw the complaint and knew about the complaint and knew about the allegation, and everybody's a mandatory reporter here, how did that square get filled on behalf of the school board as mandatory reporters?
I'm just simply telling you that I have knowledge that it was called into the hotline. I can't tell you more than that.
Okay, that an unknown individual called into the hotline, we don't know who? Is that correct?
No, sir, I'm not saying we don't know who. I'm saying
Okay.
the law doesn't require that disclosure.
All right, I understand that, okay. But it was called into DCF, but there was no referral to the state attorney, correct?
Well, DCF is who was called.
Okay, so no one here referred anything to the state attorney is my question. I guess the answer to that is no. It was only to DCF that
That's
you're
correct,
aware of.
DCF.
Okay, Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, our next speaker is Mr. Cyril Stubbs Jr. Good evening.
Good evening, how are y'all doing, Stephen?
Good.
So I'm here to talk about agenda item 7.25. I spoke at the last school board meeting, so I'm not gonna take up too much time. My request is that the agenda item 7.25 be tabled to give opportunity for us to meet with the remaining school board members and the superintendent. I believe this would allow possibly a better outlook on the intent of what our organization, Okaloosa County Community Land Trust, has planned for that site. The last time we spoke, or last time I spoke, I believe the school board wanted to see what the city of Mary Esther had in mind for that site. We did go ahead and complete a meeting with them, and we have a general idea of what will benefit the city as well. So also, we are wanting to let you all know that we're having a back to school bash August 8th at the Crestview Community Center. We're going to be raising backpacks and school supplies that would directly benefit Okaloosa County students. This is our second year doing it. We did it last year. We raised about 500 backpacks. We're able to give out those backpacks to local students and then even bring them to local organizations to pass out as well. We're having a dunk tank, so if any of y'all want to participate, let people get their gripes out. I don't know, have a little fun, but I know the kids would love to see you all there, and the community would love to see you all there as well. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate that. Okay. That's all the blue cards I have. So moving on. All right, we're going to go to 6 committee and staff reports, which happened at the workshop. Moving on to section 7, the consent agenda. All right, so 7.1 is the approval of the consent agenda. I need a motion. Motion by Mr. Destin. Need a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. White. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Okay, then we're on to section 8, superintendent's human resources recommendations. 8.1 was information only, employees on administrative leave. All of these are from Ms. Maxey. 8.2, information only, deferred retirement option program. 8.3 is cleared certification requirements and issuance of contracts for the 26-27 school year by Mr. Ron.
So moved. Second.
Yep. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes 5-0. 8.4, out-of-field report for the 26-27 school year presented by Mr. Ron and approved by the superintendent.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Destin, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Heinley. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? All right, passes 5-0. Moving on to 8.5, employment separations presented by Ms. Maxey. Need a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, I think it was who, Dr. White?
No, ma'am. Mr. Heinley.
Oh, Mr. Heinley, sorry, made the motion, and second by Mr. Bryant. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes 5-0, thank you. 8.6, personnel recommendations presented by Ms. Maxey. Need a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Destin, second by Mr. Dr. White. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. 8.7, employee transfers presented by Ms. Maxey. Need a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Heinley, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Destin, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes 5-0. 8.8, employee suspension presented by Ms. Maxey. Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Destin, second.
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Bryant, all in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. 8.9, leave without pay by Ms. Maxey. Need a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Heinley, excuse me. I'm sorry. And second by Mr. Destin, all in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. All right, number 9 is discussion agenda. We don't have any at this time. Moving on to section 10, Construction Program Owners Representatives Business. And I know you had a meeting today and you gave us a handout, so.
I did. I'm going to go through this very fast because you had a great brief by Mr. Myers today, which is basically, he even had pictures. I don't have pictures, so. But quickly, task order 12, Ruckle Middle School cafeteria renovation project. It's finished. Final inspection took place last week. Furniture was delivered. The old band room renovation work was completed as well. Wednesday, band camp is starting, so they're going to be using the new facility, so they're pumped up about that. Blue Elementary School old cafeteria renovation project. Final inspection took last week. Furniture was delivered, and pictures are great. I'm going to go by and see that final product. STEM Academy cafeteria renovation. Ceiling grid was installed and the painting began. It will be opened up for start of school, before school, or actually when the teachers show up, July 31st. Niceville High School cafeteria renovation. Painting of the structure was completed. It'll be ready by the teachers show up on July 31st. And then Wright Elementary School cafeteria renovation roofing project. Demolition work was completed and the under slab rough-in work began. But this one's not slated to end until December 26th. So all looking good on that schedule.
Mr. Hinley, while we're talking about that scope modification, is there a projected time for Bob Sykes to get started on theirs?
Yes, sir. This fall, in anticipation to be ready for the 27th
Okay.
school year.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, Phase 3, Bob Sykes and Shalimar. Correct. Okay, task order number 27, the HVAC sales tax project, Bruner Middle School. It'll be ready for a start of school. The VAV installation was completed and piping work to the cooling towers were completed. The system was restarted last week with the new chiller brought online. Jacob Titan said Bayou Mechanical did a great job, and they're holding a little fish fry out there on the 23rd to help celebrate the good job they did there. Task order number 34, Meg's Middle Room, restroom renovations, ramps 4 and 5. Under slab rough-in work was completed, slabs replaced, framing was completed, in-wall rough-in work continues. Task order number 35, you saw most of that today. That was the Pine View, and that was also Destin Elementary. So you saw that. Remember, part of that task order was Baker, which has already been completed and opened up. So everything's looking good. Crazy busy doing it, but it's going to be done in time. Task order number 39, Crestview High School parking lot. We talked about that today. All be ready for school. Task order number 44, Elliott Point roofing replacement phase 2. The work on phase 2 continued and all tear-off work was completed. Task order number 45, district-wide restroom upgrades, OTC. The project final inspection occurred last week, and punch list items are being addressed. Those are the highlights that are imperative going on right now. Any further questions?
A lot of activity.
Yes, a lot of activity, and they're doing a great job.
Thank you for that report. Okay, all right, going to 10.2, authorization for professional services for CMI price validation for TPM program number 6, task orders and scope modifications presented by Destin Keith, Program Director of Facilities and Planning, and recommended by the superintendent. I need a motion for this.
So moved.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Hinley and a second by Mr. Destin. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Okay, that brings us down to section 11, which is the attorney's business.
No report tonight.
Thank you, sir. Okay, moving down to section 12. Mr. Chambers, your business, please.
We provided information this morning, nothing further tonight.
Great, thank you. Okay, all right, that takes it to board members' announcements and requests. All right, let's start with Dr. White. I think you went this morning, right? You have
Sure,
anything else?
I'll go again very quickly.
Great.
Nothing else to add from this morning, other than to say that anyone that might be watching this meeting tonight, that I would encourage them to take a look at the workshop and the wonderful presentation that the superintendent gave regarding our outstanding academic performance and the fact that we're an A+ school district again. So I'd just like to point that out, and perhaps members of the public, if they haven't seen that, I'd just say it's worth watching.
Absolutely, yes. All right, Mr. Bryant?
Thank you, Ms. Banchek. I would like to recognize one of our students from Laurel Hill High School that's in attendance tonight. She wanted to come down and check out a board meeting, and that's Jocelyn Chumley. She's going to be a senior at Laurel Hill this year, so appreciate her coming down and just showing an interest in how governance works. And also thank you to, I had a meeting with excuse me, Mr. Stowe's back there in the back, and appreciate his presentation, and also thank you for allowing me the time to sit down with you. Other than that, I hope everybody continues to have a wonderful summer.
Yep. All right. You're next.
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, all right. Mr. Brown?
Okay, it was a good public workshop, a lot of information. So I usually do my traditional lifelong learning thing at the workshop, but I pushed it tonight, and for you, Ms. Banchek. All right, today's 13th, so
13th president?
13th President of the United States.
Okay, Lincoln was the 16th.
I was going back to a couple steps. Billboard.
Millard Fillmore.
What? And I didn't even look it up.
Man.
But
Fillmore in your back pocket.
not to forget anyone over 31. 31 plus 13 is 44. So who was the 44th President of the United States? You are correct. Very well done. Lifelong learning, guys. Y'all doing good.
We're doing great.
Very good. And I just want to say that, of course, I had to miss this morning, but appreciate Mr. Destin Hanley did a great job, but I did get to watch some of that, and the presentation on our grades and everything is wonderful. And as Dr. White said, I hope the public will go back and look at that, because it really gives the big picture of where we stand. And also want to offer my congratulations to the superintendent and the award you received from the chamber. I think that's wonderful, the Corner Store Stone Award. I think that's great, and good that you're getting that recognition, along with our hidden gem, Catherine, who's not been our hidden gem, because we've known for a long time that she's a gem. And congratulations, Catherine, on that. And that's wonderful. And I believe Mr. Spolsky covered the back to school supplies and everything, and the movie. So that's good. So we have a lot of things going. I did want to throw in there that Mr. Matt Sexton, who's always been a real good friend of our school district, is helping with, they're going to do their own backpacks and everything and give to the foundation for part of that. So he's reached out to us to do that, so we appreciate him doing that. We have so many wonderful partners in our county. It's great. So let's all those parents know that those students will have supplies they need to go back to school. Okay, all right. So moving along, I believe we're coming close to the end, but we have another public comment. This is our yellow card, 14.1. And we have Mr. Patrick Ryan.
Hello again.
Yep, hello.
Back to what we were talking about earlier, there were also 2 allegations of Family Medical Leave Act fraud in the original complaint that was investigated by Rumberger Kirk. One was investigated, but the other was apparently not investigated by that Rumberger Kirk investigator, as it was not mentioned in the report. So considering there was no investigation by professional practices of about 88 individual professional practices, allegations of violations, or I'm sorry, professional conduct, no referral to the state attorney, no interview of employees alleged to have committed lewd and lascivious exhibition, no attempt to find the victim, no investigation of 1 of 2 allegations of Family Medical Leave Act fraud, an insufficient or minimal investigation of whether Mr. Chambers' relationship with Ms. Lamb ever benefited them, assertions that all of the allegations in the original complaint were investigated are patently false. Are you willing to commission a proper investigation now?
Well, let me only say, Mr. Ryan, that the methods that investigator used were determined by she and that firm. We did not direct or guide them in how to do that. They were hired specifically to be independent. And so we're relying on the work they did. It's a highly regarded firm. They have experience in these type matters. And so we did not attempt to influence in any way their investigation or their protocols.
But they were doing it on your behalf. You hired them to do it.
Yes, sir.
And there are certainly a lot of significant gaps and deficiencies in the investigation. So I understand you didn't want to micromanage him, but I'm pointing that out to you elected officials now. There were some things in the original complaint that were simply not investigated. So let me ask the question another way. Does anybody see any benefit in commissioning a proper investigation now or going back to Rumberg or Kirk and saying, we think you missed a few things? Take that as a no too. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I'm going to respond here a little bit. I don't need an answer. To ask a question for us with this information dumped on right now is, I can't tell you yes or no. My number's always open. You could have called me and could done a little, get some pre-thing, but I gotta look at this and see what you're talking about. You know, details. I don't know that off the top of my mind, and I can't tell you, yeah, I'm gonna do this, or no, I'm not gonna do that, so.
If you're willing to sit down and talk about it, Mr. Heinley, I'll be more than happy to go through it all with you.
You got it.
I have your number. I'll give you a call.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Okay, moving along from that, we are down to adjournment, but before I adjourn, I want to see, did you have something? No, okay. All right, staff, anybody have anything this evening you need to say? No, ma'am. Okay, all right, then we are adjourned.